Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the Pipe 5x5, joined with Kyle Chasse of Master Ventures. How you doing today, man?
Good, DaVinci. Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
Glad to have you on here, man. So you are living in Thailand, right? As I remember, how is Thailand keeping you?
Man, it's the land of smiles. They call it that place for a reason. It's just amazing, man. I love it here.
Yeah, yes. It's more greenery than it is here in Dubai. But I think Dubai is the land of smiles, if you know what I mean, because there's all kinds of stuff to do here. It's lots of fun, and you got to come back down and visit us here in Dubai sometime, right?
I plan on it.
Okay, awesome.
Sure.
So I heard that you invested heavily into a meme coin that we are all been talking about. Do you know which meme coin we're talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about PEPE.
Yes, exactly. So how did you do? When did you invest in the PEPE coin? And how did you know?
So I had been hearing about it, just from everything like crypto Twitter and things like that. And, it's the same thing I tell a lot of people when you're, when you, to get people's attention, they need to hear it like, scrolling through crypto Twitter or in YouTube videos, like 5 to 7 times before they're still like, in a short amount of period of time before they're like, what the heck is going on here? And that happened to me on the Thursday before it really started taking off. And I checked it out. I was just sitting here in my office and I asked 2 of my coworkers, I said, hey, should I ape into this right now? And it was about 110, $120 million market cap at the time, fully diluted. And I think I took a phone call, forgot about it till the next day on Friday. I looked, it was up at 135. But what really impressed me was the amount of wallet growth. And then I checked on Etherscan, checked the wallet growth, checked the website. On the website, it said, the most Pepe is the most memeable meme in the world. And then I went to ChatGPT. I said, verify what is the biggest meme in the world. Sure enough, they said Pepe. And then I thought, how has this not been done before? I couldn't believe it, right? And to me, I totally agreed with that statement. I said, if it is the number 1 meme in the world, which it was verified, then it deserves its place in meme stardom. And so at that point, I saw the virality of it. And I just said, man, this wallet growth is way too insane. People are talking about it. And for $130 million market cap, it's way undervalued at this point, right? And so on that Friday, late morning, I started aping in. I think the first one was around $20,000. And then if you look at, it's pretty public right now. This tweet went quite viral about ourselves. But you can see that I probably over the course of the next week or so, I think I maybe bought in all the way on the way up, maybe another 50 times or something like that. So I continued to increase my position throughout the entire time. And I saw the Binance listing, saw it pump up to 1.6. And then as soon as it started coming back down, I thought, well, if it comes toward the 1 billion range and it seems like things are getting weak, I'm just going to sell everything. And I sold all my Pepe, Wojak, and I think Turbo or something like that. And it's of course impossible to time the top, but I still did really well, considering that the value continued to drop. So I'm pretty happy about that. I never, for the record, like that was the first time I did any meme coin stuff. And I was happy to be able to walk away with really nice gains after 1 week. That's not really my style, not what I'm doing, but it worked out really well this time.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations. That's excellent, man. I missed this, right? I should have paid attention to my own advice when I gave it. I was like, yeah, you should put through 1%. Carl was saying 3% when we were looking at it when it was pretty much the same. It was like about 100. It was 100 million. That was less than 100 million. The market cap was under 50. I remember us looking at it and we're like, yeah, probably going to do well, extremely well, right? So yeah, we're going to wait for a little bit of a pullback, but then we're going to buy it. And then
it didn't pull back.
Took off.
Didn't pull back.
And so we both of us missed it heavy. So anyways, what else are you excited about? What else are you working on right now in your space there?
Yeah. So I think a lot of people know Master Ventures, as kind of an investment fund. We have an LP fund. We've also incubated other projects before. And but recently, since the bear market, we pivoted to just strictly a venture builder, venture studio, because I've been in the space not as quite as long as you, but still 11 years. I'm really paying attention to and obsessed with adoption. So we're building some really cool things underneath the Master Ventures umbrella. A lot of it has been in stealth mode until recently. Paid network has got a huge revamp, and we're doing some stuff that I think is really important for this space. I'm a big believer in self-regulation. I think that if we really want to mature the space, stop a lot of the abuse that's happening, a lot of the fraud, a lot of the stuff like this, we need to implement best practices and standards. So soon we'll be announcing something that I think that everybody in the space, all KOLs, investors, incubators, retail will really appreciate this. And then also working on, a couple, like one of them is a Commonwealth, which is a decentralized fund. It takes a traditional fund structure in a nice closed loop circular token economy, all inclusive, lowers the barrier of entry for people to come invest into a traditional fund, but has a beautiful token economic model around it. And then we're also building infrastructure. So layer one called Hero. And all of this is under the premise that I think that we've been doing a lot of, like, crypto has really only appealed to Web3 enthusiasts, people who are willing to go through the hassle of, downloading a wallet extension, learning how to use it, learning how to security practices, learning how to adjust gas fees. And so one of the things that we've been really focused on is abstracting the accounts, abstracting the difficulties of Web3 from the end user, because I think that infrastructure should be invisible, right? Like crypto and blockchain needs that ChatGPT moment. AI has been around for 40 years, but it wasn't until AI became available to retail in a very easy way that we could all use, that was super familiar with as a chatbot. And now it's like, boom, hundreds of millions of downloads within a very small amount of time. And so we're working on things that I think that the non-Web3 enthusiast will appreciate, things that feel very Web2-like, and bringing that to the world.
Yeah, excellent. I really think that going the Web2 route and allowing people to switch over to Web3 at their own convenience, or when they realize, oh wait, I want to cash out. If I do this, I'm going to be in the Web3. You have to learn the Web3 part as where I think the best strategy to move people into this space, and then allow them to learn how to get to do the wallet security and manage their own wallets in order to spend their assets that they gain whilst they were using it in Web 2. All right. So with that said, I want to know, what do you think about Bitcoin and Ethereum? Do you have any predictions for Bitcoin and Ethereum in the next little while? I know you probably don't do that kind of stuff, but hey, you know what? We all love to hear what other people are thinking about the price action.
Well, I've been raw, all my entire history in Bitcoin, I've always been, an eternal optimist, and I'm quite early in my predictions. I thought that adoption would happen sooner than it did. And so I'm going to go as far as saying, and in that eternal optimist spirit, saying that the next bull run, is it finally here? Are we finally going to see a super cycle? And man, I feel like it's about time, it's about time. And when we look at the long-term holders of Bitcoin, it's through the roof. I think, on my channel, we've been doing weekly data dives with, we just hired a full-time researcher that came from State Street, and then more recently, Missouri. And so we go through all the macroeconomic data, and we're looking at, a lot of things, but one of them is holders 1 year longer of Bitcoin. And I think that the last time we saw, about 2 weeks ago, there was over like 18 million. It was a really high amount. I think like 18 million, something, almost all the Bitcoin essentially was being held for long periods of time. And so the supply shock is a real deal that we haven't really felt yet, but I believe that every single day, there's more and more, if there's hundreds of billions of dollars in volume of Bitcoin every day, and a small percentage of, I don't know if it's 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, but a small percentage of that is going into diamond hands. Michael Saylor's, Da Vinci's, me, people that will never sell, and for at least for whatever, until Bitcoin becomes currency that we can just use everywhere, right? We're not selling. And so every time that happens, more and more removed from circulating supply. And eventually people are just gonna be like, hey, I want to buy some Bitcoin. They're like, good luck finding it, bro. Like, it's just not going to happen, And so I can't say exactly what it is, but I also have this thesis that we're going to see the United States, because they're still the dominant economy in the world, go through this period of like inflation and then loosening, tightening, quantitative easing, and then tightening and easing, and then eventually we're going to see some sort of like hyperinflation, and you're going to see, so like Balaji says, we're going to see a debasing of the dollar significantly in the next, I would say, 12 months. And that might cause Bitcoin to go to $1 million. Now, it doesn't mean that you can go buy 4 Lamborghinis for a Bitcoin, right? Because it just means that the purchasing power of the dollar has decreased. But yeah, so I think that's important that we also, when people hear things like Balaji talk about it, we understand that just because the dollar goes to crap doesn't mean that the purchasing power of Bitcoin exponentially increases. And so I think that's something important to differentiate. But I do think that my feeling is that we're in for a super cycle next time that we see the bull run.
So you heard it here first. Kyle says that Bitcoin is going to $1 million. So make sure you get some Bitcoin.
It is for sure going to $1 million. We all know that for sure. The question is when.
Oh man, yes, that's so true. I agree with you 100%. There's a probability that, hey, if the U.S. defaults sometime sooner than later on their debt, and that will cause Bitcoin to skyrocket, and same with a lot of other cryptos, and we're going to see some crazy super cycle. Yes, I agree with you that there's a lot of hodlers out there. I haven't seen the data myself, but I'm one of those hodlers, and yeah. We're waiting for it to be money. And now you were saying that, well, wait a minute, there's going to be no supply. But you know what? That's not 100% true, because price will always bring out the supply. So, I mean, if we went to $1 million tomorrow, I get the feeling you might sell some.
I might, because I might want to go buy something nice for myself for once,
Right?
True. That's true.
So your attitude is black.
Yeah, that's right. And there'd be others like me, right?
Exactly. So
one more thing too, I forgot to mention that I think that a lot of your audience would be interested in. Really impressive. It's so there's a project called Fluid Finance. I think you might have heard of it. But it's been using so it's one of Master Venture's very first projects that we started creating. But why it's particularly interesting to your audience is that we've developed over the past year and a half a machine learning algorithm using quantitative modeling to predict the price of the markets. And right now, Fluid's AI is predicting the price of the market up to 30 seconds in advance with over 98% accuracy. And so starting in June at some time, so just the next month or so, they're going to be releasing this to the public, where your audience can go on and actually just log into Fluid's website, sign up for an account, which is going to be free, and actually see the AI predicting the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, up to 30 seconds in advance in the market. And you guys will actually see that this is amazing. Like I can't believe this is actually working as well as it is. But with AI, I think anything's been possible. And so I think that's something I'm really, really excited about. It's finally seeing AI, and we've been working on this for over a year and a half, with the AI aspect. So that's really cool, right? I mean, because you can imagine what you could actually start to do with trading bots and high frequency trading, and then eventually toward the end of the year, they're going to start implementing leverage trading too. So for everyone all of your viewers who are doing Bybit or something like that would really appreciate this as well. So that's exciting. That's probably one of the most exciting things that we're building right now.
That's crazy. That will work for a little while, but eventually, that can't continue, because obviously everybody can't be winners, right? Because it's a game where there has to be losers in order for you to have winners, right? So that's the way trading works in trading of any asset, basically. So yeah, well, I'm sure my audience will appreciate checking that out, and being the first one to check it out, and being the first one to use it, because the first one to use it are the ones that are going to be the winners.
That's right. It'll be interesting to see how that was my question too to our data scientists. I said, like, what happens when we get to this massive level where if it's right for a long time and it starts getting viral and everyone starts using it, you can't all win. But it'll be interesting to see as more data comes in, they'll be able to feed the AI and see how it adapts over time. I think that they're not, promising the world on this one, but I think that so far, these are the results that it's gotten, which have been incredibly accurate. But it'll be very interesting to see. I think you have a very good point to see how it adapts over time with the more and more people that are actually using it.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. Sharing your information, sharing your thoughts. I'm sure my audience loved it. And yeah, if you have any questions, guys, leave them in the comment section below. I really appreciate it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and head over to Kyle's channel. Links will be in the description below. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. We're out. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks, Avicii. Cheers.